From Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2009, these are the Ham Nation headlines for Wednesday, May 4th, 2016. A new published report has again revived speculation about the future of the financially troubled Hara Arena, where Dayton Hamvention, the world's largest gathering of amateur radio operators, will again be held in a few weeks.
The arena has been the host site for Hamvention since 1964. According to a Wednesday, April 27th report in the Dayton Daily News, the arena is among 3 venues being scouted as a possible new location for the Montgomery County Fair, which is held in late summer. John Friedline, president of the fair's board, was quoted as saying that the city and county will seek proposals to relocate the fair and redevelop its former fairground location on South Main Street. This news is the latest in a series of recent reports that have questioned Hara Arena's future. It was not clear what impact, if any, the possible selection of Hara Arena as a county fairground could have on the struggling arena's bookings in the future. Mayor Mary McDonald told the Dayton Daily News she would not comment.
That's Jim Dameron in 8 TMW. We'll be following this one for further developments. Dayton Hamvention 2016 opens May 20th. When most of us think of minnows, we think about dropping a line over the side of a boat. But there's a group of hams who give minnow a totally different meaning. And this ain't no fish story.
Minnow is a YL group, young ladies, an awful name in ham radio lingo for women. All the members of Minnows are YLs from the states of Montana, Idaho, Nevada, Oregon, Washington, and we've been known to have a member or two from California, but we don't have their initial in our name.
That's Robin Resnick, KJ7BI, who is the current president of Minnow.
One of the reasons we exist is to support women working on the bands, just getting on the radio and talking.
And you don't have to live in the Minnow states to become a member.
Women can contact this particular group even if they're not from Montana, Idaho, Nevada, Oregon, or Washington. We had a woman this past Thursday night from Australia, and she knew of us because we're on the Australian Echolink.
The group meets every Thursday evening at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time on Echolink node 286905. And on HF, Friday mornings at 8:30 a.m. Pacific on 3912 kilohertz. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Kent Peterson, KC0DGY.
On World Amateur Radio Day, April 18th, a group of hams in the Caribbean discovered that they have the government's ear after all.
For members of the Anguilla Amateur Radio Society, it was a contact like no other they could have ever had on the air. In a roundtable discussion with the island nation's top government officials, the hams learned that Anguilla's Minister of Communications has committed to greater recognition for radio amateurs, largely because of the vital emergency work they do. Visiting the club on World Amateur Radio Day, April 18th, Minister Curtis Richardson thanked the hams for their ongoing assistance in disasters, emergencies, hurricanes, and other crisis situations. The minister agreed that hams in the club who import their radio equipment and provide volunteer help during emergencies on the island should be granted a duty-free status for any of those equipment purchases, as the club leadership had asked. He also said he's considering the issuance of a special ID card, sanctioned by the Ministry of Communications, that could be carried by ham radio operators, much like a driver's licence. Governor Christina Scott, who also attended the roundtable, said that networks, such as those comprised of ham radio operators, are paramount when information needs to be relayed quickly and reliably. She said she considered the amateurs' work especially vital. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm John Williams, VK4JJW.
Finally, another reminder that the nominating period for the Bill Pasternak Young Ham of the Year Award is now open. More information in the nominating form can be found on the Newsline website under the YHOTY tab. And that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news for over 38 years and counting at www.arnewsline.org. With Jim Dameron, N8TMW, Robin Resnick, KJ7BI, Kent Peterson, KC0DGY, John Williams, VK4JJW, Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide. I'm Don Wellbanks, AE5DW. 73. We'll see you next time here on Ham Nation.